They said that life is going to be different after 19 days in coma, but we defied the odds and we proved them wrong.
Exactly. And my name is Kelly. His name is Esfandiar.
My name is Esfandiar.
And we are engaged to be married. He is the love of my life. He is my best friend, my soulmate, my partner, and my captain.
Yeah.
And we are two athletes, so we both do Ironmans. We participate in triathlons, races, pretty much anything you can think of. And a little bit of background was that on June 14th, 2024, we went for a run. On that day, we were walking home when a car came up on the sidewalk behind Esfandiar, hit him, and he would spend the next 19 days in a coma.
Yeah.
And he would have to relearn everything again in this life.
Yeah. So in this video, what we are gonna cover is the accident, the coma, and the life after the coma.
Exactly. So let me paint you a picture.
Yeah.
It's June 14th, 2024. Esfandiar and I are both training for Ironman Santa Cruz in September.
Yeah.
It was a Friday afternoon. It was after I had school. He had an interview that day. So he was coming home from the interview. I came home from school. And I was like, we have to go for a run, honey. I was like, we didn't do anything this morning. I was like, we didn't do any workout. I was like, we have to go for a run. We stop at the grocery store to pick up some fresh vegetables for dinner. And as we're leaving the grocery store, I'm like, honey, let's go the short way home. Like, let's take the trail. And he's like, no, I want to do a farmer's carry all the way home with all of the groceries.
Yes.
And literally a way we have never gone before.
Yeah.
We've never once decided to walk home from the grocery store or anything, but we did that day.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's about 5:30 in the afternoon, and we're walking home. We're walking with traffic, so we can't see what's coming behind us. And so he's next to me. I'm on the inside of the sidewalk because he's a gentleman and protecting me, of course. And then literally just out of nowhere, a car comes up behind him. I'm looking like this way, so I don't even register what happens at first. I just hear a loud pop, and I feel the air right next to me just like whoosh. Okay? I look over, I see Esfandiar in the air doing a barrel roll, like he's turning, and then he lands on the ground on his left side. And so then I'm like, it takes me a moment to register. I'm like, what the heck? And I initially start laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, he's fine. He's going to get up. But then he just lays there and he's not moving. So then I snap into fight or flight, and I obviously start fighting. So I'm like, honey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Stay with me. Keep breathing.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
And he's just laying there seizing. So his hands looked like they were still holding the grocery bag. So he's literally just laying there seizing like this.
Oh, that part. Yeah.
You had a cut on your eye, which you
Yeah.
can kind of see right over here on the right eye. You had a big gash on the back of your head. So I'm just holding your head. You're just bleeding on my hand and on my shirt.
Yeah.
And then you have a broken leg, which I can obviously see. We'll throw a picture of that in here. And there's just blood everywhere. There's glass everywhere. And you're just not awake. So I'm trying to talk to you. I'm rubbing your chest because I know you're supposed to rub the chest. I'm trying to talk to you and see if you'll respond to me, and you just didn't respond. We actually have a video of the accident from a dash cam footage. We'll insert that now. And viewer discretion is advised. The video does show him getting hit by a car. It's not the best quality, but you can still kind of see it. So if that's going to be triggering for you, I would skip ahead a little bit. Esfandiar is kind of laying there on the ground. I didn't have my phone. The grocery bag is somewhere gone long behind him. His phone, he had it in his pocket, or I would think I was holding it and it might have gotten knocked out of my hand. But regardless, your phone has flown across the street into the bushes. I'm screaming and crying. I'm screaming and yelling at this point. A bystander grabs your phone, and I'm like, someone call 911. Other people had called 911, thankfully. A guy came and brought a blanket from his car, put it under your head. He's an angel.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you, sir. We send you love and kindness. Yep. The ambulance arrives. They take you in the ambulance to the hospital. It's so serious that they need people back there working on you. So I wasn't even allowed to be in the ambulance. I had to go in and I had to ride in the front of a police car.
But there were like so many people in the ambulance that were working on me.
There were like 2 people and then
Yeah.
a person driving it. Anyway, then we get to the hospital. Fast forward a couple of hours because they took him out to go get checked out. He was like trying to be stabilized, so I couldn't even see him. The doctor had me in like the secluded family room. So if you're ever in that room, it's bad.
Yeah.
You know it's about to get real. You know something real is about to go down. Anyway, the doctor finally comes in, maybe at like 10 or 11, and he's like, I think he has a diffuse axonal injury. He's going to need a trach, he's going to need a feeding peg, and he's probably going to be in a long-term care center for the rest of his life. And that's what he told me on the first day.
Wow.
Yeah, and for those of you not familiar, a long-term care center is where individuals who are healing with, a whole sorts of conditions, but they're basically comatose. So they need people to do mostly everything for them. So it's not a good place to be for a young 34-year-old man.
But I'm fine out.
I know. And like here we are now. He's sitting here next to me.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the next section of our video.
I woke up the first day. I was like, this is like a dream. I have to go through it, blah, blah, blah. The second day, it was like the same thing, same scenario, and it was strange.
In the hospital, hooked
everything.
up to tubes.
Hooked up to tubes, everything. And I was like, this is a strange memory, but this is a strange dream, but I have to go through it. But third day, when it was the same, I was like, bing, you have to go through this. And I was like, this is a new reality, I have to accept it. And all of the hard things, the first thing it was like, I couldn't even believe that I'm being in the hospital because I was
walking down the street.
Yeah, I was a healthy person. I was doing Ironman, ultra marathons, everything. And I woke up in the hospital one day, and I couldn't move. I couldn't move my feet, anything. I was just like existing.
It took like for you to get up and to like put you into a wheelchair, for him to get up from laying down to go to a wheelchair. It took like 3 nurses, me, and like the assistance of a machine, a Sally walker, a Sally sitter or something, where you had to literally, you stood up, sat down, and then they turned you and put you down in the chair.
But here's the thing, I never felt sad even during that moment about that life, because life can throw the challenges like to you, but you can go through those challenges by being a normal person and just enjoy it. Because there's always a calm sea after the storm.
That's right.
So so the first thing, it was like I didn't feel any strength in my legs, anything in my body.
Yep.
Even when I wanted to go to bathroom, I couldn't do it on my own.
No.
I had to ask Kelly. Even when I had breathing, it was different. Because
out of this guy.
Out of,
the trach right here.
Yeah.
So they cut a hole in your throat, and they had a thing, and they hooked you up to the wall, and that's how it was breathing for you.
Yeah. So everything was new to me, and this was that was a new reality for me. Food of the hospital. There's nothing against the hospitals, but they think that being healthy means having something not delicious. It was like the morning that was the same, the lunches they were like lasagna.
Vegetable lasagna.
Oh my God. Vegetable lasagna all the time with green beans.
And dinner, they would mash up your food. They would like blend it up because he hadn't swallowed anything in 19 days.
Yeah.
So they literally made you go through like a program of graduating and practicing how to swallow foods so you could have dinner, but they were still worried. So they would blend up your dinner for you.
And I'm gonna tell this to the viewers. The last 2 days when I was at the hospital, they started to take me down. Kelly, my mom,
for walk,
Tracy,
in a wheelchair.
For walk.
Yeah.
The first day, I just wanted to go home. They couldn't take me home. The second day, I was like, just take me to the home. I don't know if it was the second day or the third day.
But we were on a walk, and what did you say? You're like, what were you saying?
Where's the car?
You're like, bring me closer to the car.
Yeah.
I was like, no, honey, I can't bring you close to the car. You're like, take me out.
Yeah.
It broke my heart to say that, but I
Yeah.
literally couldn't
Yeah.
take care of you
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was funny.
And then tell them about at night. What were you doing at night?
At night, my mom, I don't remember this. My mom had a memory that one night I was just screaming at her, just let me go, let me go, let me go. And I was just walking by my side.
You were trying to walk by
I
yourself.
was trying to walk by myself. But one night, I was on the floor and I was.
You fell?
I think I fell. And I was trying to go through the door, and the nurses, they came in and they grabbed me.
And then the next day I come in and his room has been moved, so it's right across from the
Yes,
nurse's desk,
yeah.
so everybody could watch him. So
Yeah.
he was put in timeout. You were put in timeout
I did.
for trying to escape.
Yes, yeah.
And so those, I know it's very sad, but now
Yeah.
it's very funny that
It
those
is
are the
funny,
things
yeah,
that we think about when we think
Yeah,
about waking up
yeah.
in the hospital.
Yeah.
So now, fast forward about a week of Esfandiar being awake and conscious in the hospital, and we finally go home. So he decided not to go to a rehab center, which the hospital wanted him to, but we opted to have people come into our house every day. So
Yeah.
you'd have physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We have a home health nurse. We had all the people.
Yeah.
Yep. And tell me what that was like for you.
It was different. It was a different life. I had to ask Kelly for getting up, standing, everything, and even going for the trinkle.
Yeah.
Even I remember one night it was.
Oh, wait. A trinkle. Let's give the viewers some backstory. What is a trinkle?
Trinkle is like a pee-pee.
Trinkle is going for pee. It's when
Yeah,
you urinate.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So this was when you woke up from the hospital. You still had a catheter.
Yes.
So he still had a hose. We called it his tanker. He had a hose up and into his bladder, and he had a bag on the side. So we called the bag his tanker. So when they
So the first time they wanted to remove the thing, it
tanker?
was so painful. I cannot describe that pain.
yeah.
Yeah. So okay,
Yeah,
fast
it
forward,
was-
we're at home.
So they had to take the tanker in and out a couple times, and
yeah.
finally we had a new doctor, and the doctor gave you a medicine to wake up your bladder
Yeah.
because your bladder wasn't. So after 19 days
Yeah.
in a coma, your bladder obviously hasn't expanded
Yeah.
with your urine and then pushed it all out. So your bladder kind of is asleep. So the muscles,
Yeah.
you have to wake up your muscles again. They have to
Yeah.
start to learn how to
Yeah.
come back. Took your catheter out the first couple
Yeah.
times. He wasn't peeing on his own.
Yeah.
He wasn't trinkling on his own.
Yeah.
So then we had to go to the doctor, and the doctor gave us the medicine, and then you were
Yes.
trinkling on your own.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of like pretty much it's a baby when you're potty training a baby.
Yeah.
Like they have to if they
A
have
35-year-old.
a 35-year-old baby, yes.
Yes.
So if they literally if they have to go pee, if they trinkle, it's right now. They have to trinkle right
Yeah,
now, or else they're
yeah.
gonna pee their pants
Yeah.
right now. You know.
And that happened.
That happened a couple times, yeah.
Yeah.
Many times, yeah. We would carry around. We called that the. It was like oh my
The
gosh,
dagger?
the urinal.
The
We called it your
urinal, yeah,
urinal,
yeah.
yeah. And so we literally had to carry around a urinal in the car because
Yeah.
if we're driving down the road and Esfandiar has to pee,
Yeah.
he literally has to grab the hose and pee sitting next to me in the car.
Yeah.
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 And then what else? Okay, so then let's talk about at night.
Yeah.
So at night,
At night, I didn't do this when I was 2 years old, but I did it at this age.
you were trinkling in bed.
I was trinkling the bed. And I remember for 2 nights, I don't remember the second night, but first night, I was fighting German soldiers.
So you had a dream. You were fighting the German soldiers.
I
yeah.
was fighting German soldiers.
Uh-huh.
And there was in the video game or the movie that the German bunkers, when they put a grenade, the grenade comes out. So there's no way to put a grenade. But my urinal, it was indestructible.
Your trinkle, yeah.
My trinkle was destructible. So I had to put my urinal, my trinkle all over the German soldiers. And then in the middle of it, Kelly was like, oh, you're peeing over me, you're peeing over me. I couldn't even breathe.
So what happened when you woke up? Who were you peeing on?
I was peeing on Kelly.
He was literally turned towards me in bed and just peeing at me in bed. Yeah. And it was,
Oh my
that
God.
happened. I think that was like one of the 2 times you peed on
Yeah,
me, but
yeah.
still, it was like,
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was not a dream. I was very vivid.
I think you
dream.
hallucinated.
I was
I
hallucinating.
think you were
yeah.
hallucinating.
Yeah,
For sure.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was so vivid.
Then you must have been hallucinating because
Yeah.
that doesn't sound like something you would do in a dream.
Yeah.
So then anyway, fast forward. So this is happening for like a couple, maybe like a week or two. You're peeing the bed every night, and it's like every couple of hours. So if he doesn't like if you didn't learn, I mean, you obviously didn't know yet to like hold your urine enough to pee in your tanker, your urinal.
Yeah.
So it would just pee the bed.
Yeah.
And we literally had to have like puppy pads, like the dog pads when
Yeah.
you're training your dog. We had to have that on our bed. We put like a plastic cover on our bed, everything.
Yeah.
And then those are just some of the hardest parts of it.
I started running when? Do you remember?
You started running maybe like a month ago now?
I think I was a month
About a
ago.
month.
I started running. But these are all the plans that together we're going to do the first half marathon, we're going to do the marathon, we're going to do the half Ironman, and ultra racing. For ultra racing, the things that I love is like the Moab, the Cocolona, other ultras. But the last one, and the biggest one, is like Berkeley.
The Barkley.
Yeah, the Barkley. I want to do the Barkley. So I know it's gonna be a hard path for me, but I'm ready. I'm ready to do this.
Yep. You hear that Lazarus Lake? He's coming.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah,
I'm coming.
he's
Yeah,
coming.
Yes.
And talk about your progress. Where are we now with your progress? What is our life like now?
People don't believe because I'm doing a mile just like Kelly every day. But even right now, keeping my balance, I'm like a drunk person. My eyes isn't like before. It's not like before. Yeah, and I know it's gonna get fixed over the time. But even right now, I have to go through it a lot.
Yeah. And talk about righty.
Yeah. So the right side of my body is behind the left side because the left side of my head, it was...
Got hit.
Yeah, it
Which
got hit.
controls the right side.
Yeah. So the right side is behind the left side.
I know.
My right hand, I have to work on it. Even when I'm trying to run, the right leg is behind the left leg.
Yeah.
But everything's gonna get fixed.
It will.
It will.
It just takes time.
Yeah. But right now, I'm saying people, they don't wouldn't believe it when I say I'm like a drunk person. Yeah. But I force myself to sit up, to walk, to run, to get up, everything.
I know.
Yeah.
And you're doing amazing, okay?
Yeah, thank you. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you want to know more about our life.
This is just the first video of many where we talk about the opportunity that we have, what our life is like, and what we're doing now.
Yeah, and you can share this channel with your loved ones.
If you know someone who has had a very severe TBI or a DAI and they need some hope, some inspiration, or they just want to chat, we are here for them and we are ready to listen. And ready to support in whatever way they need.
Exactly.
All right. And if you want to give us a follow on Instagram, I am Kelly in Flow, no spaces, and he is at Esfandiar.
Esfandiar.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.
We'll
Bye-bye.
see you next time. Bye.